Good morning, Team Vanguard. Keith Buckman here this morning to talk to you about fundamental number 8, honoring your commitments. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. The ability to follow up on what is promised may be one of the most important qualities you can ask for in a person, and the most important mechanism behind a successful working team. If you do not honor your commitments, it has a domino effect that quickly influences everyone around you and the ultimate success or failure of the team. When someone delays their part of a project, the time has to be made up somewhere, and it's usually on the back of someone who can be depended upon to take up the slack. A person who honors commitments will exhibit these 3 features. 1. Respect. They respect the other person, their own word, and their own self. This person isn't looking to get away with anything or to cut corners. 2. Communication. They make sure to communicate their intentions as clearly as possible so as to prevent failure. 3. Productive effort. They put 100% into honoring the commitments they have made. If you're worried that you don't have what it takes to honor your commitments, here is some really good news. Honoring commitments is a choice, not a trait. One choice at a time, commitment by commitment, you can become an honorable and dependable individual. Here are some helpful tips to get you started. Write down the commitment that you made. Outlook or a planner is a great management tool that can be used to invite others to join your calendar so everyone is in the loop. Take every commitment seriously. Each of these commitments are little moments of truth and the opportunity to create a positive impression about your character. Trust is the seed for growing relationships, and healthy relationships are at the heart of successful, sustainable businesses like Vanguard Resources. Don't overcommit. Believe it or not, people will actually respect you more when you know when to say no and recognize your own limitations. And when you take your commitment seriously, you're less likely to overcommit. Let other persons know as early as possible if you can't keep a commitment. Schedule a new time to make it up and make every effort not to miss that deadline. Take responsibility for being unable to deliver. It will train you to better keep your commitments in the future. Try to live by the old saying that a deal is a deal. No matter how agonizing it may be to keep a commitment that you ought not have made in the first place, try your best to keep your word and learn this for the next time. If nothing else, remember this. You can only honor and respect people and commitments when you honor and respect yourself. So if you need to start at the beginning, then start by keeping your word to yourself. Most people who can't keep commitments or won't make commitments either don't want to put in the work or they're afraid of failing. Never be afraid of failing. Failure makes you stronger. If you learn from that failure, don't make that same mistake again. Others are perhaps afraid of their own power. It can be scary to think of failure and even scary to think of success. But honoring your commitments is just one small piece of the great puzzle of life, of self-expression, and why go through life with any other goal in mind than to bring forth the highest expression of oneself. Nothing is free, so yes, making commitments comes at a price. The price is your time, your energy, and your effort. But sometimes heavy load of responsibility is much lighter than the weight of disrespect or disappointment. Always remember, do what you say you're going to do when you're saying you're going to do it. And if you can't, communicate, communicate, communicate. And with that, I'd like to wish you all a very great week. Thank you.